Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. We are outdoor in the nature, hanging out with that guy.
Marty McFly, who's just enjoying nature. You know, now
we're enjoying nature and airplanes.
Yeah. You know, every time we start another segment or whatever, we start talking, they start flying over. I don't know if you noticed that. They just started flying.
Well, Marty, East Point is close to the airport, so they're not doing it out of spite. So.
I know, but you just feel like it. Just, you know, every time we start, you just see. But anyway, so Doni, I got a question. I know if you're on the radio, you can't see this, and I guess right now we don't have our cameraman didn't decide not to come to work today. But we have a playground
our camera
over
woman
here, and I want to know. Do y'all tear stuff down like that? Can you use that for like...
What's that?
That playground.
No, that's a different type of wood. That's a different type of wood, but what we can do is we can tear it down because I also own a roll-off truck. I do not want to do roll-off. I do not want... Why am I looking at this camera? I don't want to do roll-off work, but we use it for tree work. But what I can do is if you can get somebody to break it down, or maybe I can have a volunteer...
What's a roll-off?
It's like a truck that, if you guys have ever had a building cleared out or had to clear out a house and they bring a dumpster, it's a truck, the truck that picks it up is called a roll-off truck.
Oh, okay.
So we have those dumpsters and you can put that in the dumpster and we can take it to the dump, but we'd have to charge you for the dump fees and stuff.
For what?
I'm doing already a bunch of...
I'm just asking.
See, this is what happens when you do free stuff.
No, you ask. You just ask questions.
You got to pay for the dump fees.
Okay, so I can put like that other stuff around.
All of it. You can put everything in there.
Oh, okay. So how much is the dump fee?
It can be anywhere from $200-$300 on up to $500 or more.
So if we just wanted to do $200 worth of dumping, can we work something out like that? I'm just asking.
Every time I do something, you ask, what can we do with $200? Like literally.
Hey,
it's almost like in the community where people go, hey man, you got $50?
Hey, man.
You got $50. Yours is $200.
Nah, $200. That's the starting point. $200. Let you know I'm on a budget. You know.
Well, my starting point is $1,000, so we can meet somewhere in the middle.
No.
We can meet somewhere in the middle.
Low middle. Well, we'll talk about
anyway, guys.
But you know what? I do have another question because somebody suggested this when we were talking about with mulch.
Yeah.
That you should not use pine mulch or pine mulch.
We use pine mulch. Yeah, we use. They say that because it's acidic, but if it's out there and it's just sitting, it'll just kind of it'll acclimate. It's good. Mulch is mulch.
Okay.
Unless it's do not use mulch from diseased trees. So like with you, we know you. Well, I wouldn't give mulch to anybody. No. I would not give.
If she forgot she was on the radio.
No, wait a minute. I wouldn't give.
I know you. I ain't gonna give you no bad
No,
stuff.
I would not give anybody. We give away mulch for free. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you want mulch, we do give it away. Depending on how far it is, we may charge a trip charge. I'm not gonna get a trip charge out of this guy because he just ain't gonna pay me. But that's okay. We love him. But yeah, you can, and usually on our trucks, the mulch is mixed and everything anyway. But I wanted to ask you about something. I've known you for quite a while now, and I know we've both been on this journey, and I think we are actually in such a really good place because of, and getting better is because of discipline.
Yeah.
And making the choices that you got to make. Okay, this is gonna fall off. To get the results that you want in life.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys, the reason why we're talking about this stuff is because even though it's fun to talk about, you know, modern current events and you know, the king dude dying over there. I mean, that's not fun to talk about, but we do usually in this segment talk about current events, but we get so much positive reaction when we talk about what it is that we do on a daily basis. For him to become a successful pastor and producer, for me to become a successful businesswoman and personality, or what, well, both of us are personalities, and so basically creating a beautiful life. But I wanted to bring up the subject of discipline, because I don't think people really get how important that is to anything. Like, how long have you been doing production?
Professionally, I've been probably doing it 20 years.
Exactly.
And I might look young, thank you.
He does. He looks young.
But I started.
Where your gray hair at, man? It's no fair.
Well, my gray hair I can't talk about on radio.
Okay, got it.
But see, I started when I was a freshman in college, and it was really set up. I was a freshman, but it was more or less of dedication.
Yeah.
I had a passion of doing this.
Yeah.
And I knew that when I started in a radio station, one of the major radio stations here, I knew this was an opportunity that I didn't want to take for granted.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was just a discipline of going in, making sure that I tried to bring my A game every time, and not really try to settle with excuses.
Right.
You know, because I had the same opportunity that a couple of, I think it was 6 or 7 of us that was given an opportunity to intern at the radio station.
Right.
And 5 of them just took it for granted, like, I'm not gonna go up there.
Right.
I'm not getting paid for it, you know.
Right.
And
that's so good.
You know, all of these reasons why not to go, and I just said, why not? You know, let me go. And that started my career of, you know, really being understanding that a lot of it is 75% of the work that you do.
Yeah.
Well, I would say 25%. 25 to 45% of the work that you do.
Yeah.
And the other half is your personality.
Yes.
The way that you present yourself and how you deal with your clients.
Right.
You know, and everybody that's in your community, in your world, in a sense, is your clients.
Right.
So it's like, because I can do a commercial.
Yeah.
You can do a commercial. They have great production people out there, like the Mitch Faulkners. They have I don't want to name any other ones because I want to get some names.
I know, right?
You know,
we want you to use Vast Productions, so don't be.
But no. All of us are out there, and people do great jobs. But it's the ones that can be turned around. You work in a reasonable time.
Right.
Are we going to be able to answer your phone call?
Right.
Are we going to give you that customer service, that professionalism?
Right.
All of that adds,
which
plays into
is what he does, which I know we didn't mention it earlier.
I'm not going to say that's what I do. That's what I strive to be like. You know, I'm just, because, I got clients that's listening to the radio right now to see.
Oh, so that he ain't professional. Well,
I'm playing. I try to.
I was asking him about discipline because in my mind, I feel like he's disciplined
most
about
of the time.
this stuff.
Most of the time, but I get busy. You know, and that goes with actually delegating, getting more people up under you to help out.
Yeah.
No, that it's something I do strive to do, is to try to do good customer service, but you do have to know what your limitations are.
Right.
You can't do everything for everybody.
Right.
And you need, sometimes
you need help.
You get help.
But the thing is, you have stuck with something for 30 years. And I'm not saying, like nowadays, there are people that come up in the world and they only been working at something for a year, 2 years, 5 years or whatever, and boom, they've made it. And there are certain instances that'll happen. Like we've only been working on our show a couple years and it's already gotten traction and we're on multiple states and we're continuing to grow. But I think that also came from the contacts that you've and also the relationships that I've built.
And the tenacity of just keep doing it.
Absolutely.
You got to keep on knocking on it and keep on doing it because you build an audience.
Yeah.
And regardless, somebody, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was you told me this, but somebody said, once you build your audience, service those people. If it's 10, if it's 20, because I'm saying that for podcasts, but also in church.
Or in tree service, or any kind of service-based business
that you're in. If you only have 20.
Are you okay, brother?
I'm good.
Okay, good.
I've gotten a lot better now. Honestly, I've gotten a lot better. I'm feeling better. But even when you're in your church, service the people that you have and stop looking at what you don't have.
Yeah. If you just started yesterday, don't compare yourself to TD Jakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Though?
Or if you got one lawnmower.
Wait, why not?
Well, I mean, you can compare, but I'm saying you're not gonna have.
Yourself to Oprah.
I do, but I'm saying I don't expect Oprah results yet. Because I have not done what Oprah's done.
I know. I understand.
But I don't compare I don't compare. Don't compete. Don't complain. I compete with myself. And I want to compare myself to be my best self, and I'm not yet. I'm always striving to be better. And the reason why I asked you that is because I see there's this big thing with hacks now. How can you hack your way to something and not have to go through the struggle or go through the challenges? It doesn't always have to be a struggle, but I think that there are certain principles that persevering helps you with, and it seems like now, even with more mature people.
I'm gonna throw this out there because I understand what you're saying, and I agree with it.
Right.
At the same time, I want to ask this question because this is something that I do. Y'all could agree with me or not, but I'd like to hear your opinion on it. I mentally compete with people. Okay.
I can see, okay.
And here's why. If I competed as a church. And I know people say, you're not supposed to compete in church. Yeah. But if I look at the church down the street, and I say, okay, and they have, 2 members or 4 members, and they're not doing a whole lot, and they don't have a good worship service. The pastor doesn't have a good message.
Right.
If I say, I want to have a better church service than they do,
Right.
that's not really pushing me better.
Right.
But if I look at someone like a T.D. Jakes,
Yeah.
who's someone that I can strive to be, and say, you know what, I want my service
Right.
to be on that quality of service.
Right.
I want my message to be
That impactful.
That impactful.
Okay, yes.
Just like that.
In
and
that
I
case,
want to strive to be on that kind of a
Right.
platform. Now, I know I'm not there right now.
Right.
But just like you, seeing Oprah, now, granted, you ain't got her money.
Right.
You ain't got her following what she's done, but the
Right.
quality of
But
her
I
brand,
do. Okay, you're right. And he's right. I don't compare myself to Oprah, but I study a lot of Oprah because I want to work on my presentation. I want to work on the way I communicate. I want to work on the way that I look into the camera. I want to work on the way that I interview. For example, there are portions of our show where I'm sitting down and interviewing people. I have yet to see anybody that interviews as well as Oprah. Case in point, that interview she did, any interview she's did, but specifically that interview she did with Meghan and Harry. It was just I didn't just watch it for the content for Meghan and Harry. I watched it to watch how she interviews people.
Yeah.
So when I say compare, I do compare myself in that way to get better.
Yeah.
And even in my tree service, we've been blessed to have a successful tree service. I don't look at another tree service and say I want to be that.
Now, because you're better than most of them.
Well, that is true. I mean, he is right. But
I
do.
A little cheap sign by somebody else. I'm like, that's cute. They got a little lawnmower and a chainsaw. Y'all ain't on Donnie's level. That's why you say, you don't have to say I want to be better than them because you already surpassed that.
Thank you. I appreciate
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
But there are bigger companies on the planet somewhere, I'm sure.
Somewhere, yeah.
And so I look at those and I go, what are they doing right that I could do better? So in that way, I do believe in competing.
Yeah.
And that takes discipline, going back to discipline. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break again, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Doni Jones Live with me, the arborist, Doni the tree lady.
And that guy, Marty McFly. And just want to say, this show is brought to you by Don's Tree Service.
Yes.
If you need tree service, call 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413 with the TRE.
8733.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to say that. Anyway, we'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.